All right, guys. So we're gonna go over how to do a sketch for a roof using Bing. Uh, the reason why we have to do that is because sometimes, whether you're a roofer, you're independent, or whatever, you may get the hover report or the Eagle View report, and it may not have a sketch of the roof or any information of the roof. Or you could go to Google and Google Bing's map seems to be a little bit more up to date than Google's. So if it's a new development or a new home, that home may not show on Google, and it may not, and because Hover and Eagle View they usually use the Google Maps software to measure their homes. If it's not there on Google, you're probably not getting the measurement. So you may have to go to Bing and use Bing Map to measure the homes. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that right now. It's pretty simple and straightforward. So we just create a new project, just like last time. Name project, Rondo. I'll call it Bing. We're not going to do any of the claim information. We're going to go straight to estimate. Not going to go over what we went over in the Google Maps thing as far as the main. This is pretty much the standard stuff. So let's go roof, and let's put the roof there. But this time we're gonna use the same house that we use for the Google. So it's a hip house. So we're just gonna start with the hip roof. So all I did was click this lower thing, this lower arrow, the arrow, click hip. There it is. Put it there. I like to take out the one out of it, as you guys know. Take that one out. Alright, so now we have that. So what we do now is we go to Google, type in bing.com. Over here we go, maps. I'm going to type in the address. Probably going to be blurred out so you can't see the address for privacy reasons. Now that it's there, we're going to switch over to the satellite view. Close that out, put this there. So here's the house again. So as you can see, some of the differences between Google Maps and Bing Maps is that you can see the front of the house now with Bing. So just like with Google, you're gonna right click and get measure distance, and then it brings up this box. So you click from there and there. So we do 50, and then measure here 50, 28, 27. A little bit of difference. So let's go ahead and do that. Now remember, this is just an estimate, so the number doesn't need to be precise. Reset. So this should be about 5 or 6 like with Google. So 5, so we'll just use 5. And then from there on up, what do we have? 32. With Google we had 31. And then 22 here. With Google we had 24. So let's go ahead and put those numbers in. Hit square break. We're going to start at 5, go all the way up to 31. And then control, and get the square and drag it out to 22. Doesn't need to be perfect. See, this part is sticking out. Let's move this in. Now we get the flat roof. Since the flat roof is just pretty much this area right here, we don't really need to measure it. We just eyeball it. We're gonna hit the page break, click towards the edge, hit control, drag it out, highlight it by clicking on roof 2. Click this property button right there, it's tiny, and then change it to flat 0 slope. So real quick, before we change the slope to 0, I want to show you guys something. So we'll cover that in a different video. It's gonna be complicated. Don't want to confuse you. So go to 0 there, and as of right now, you can see that the top of the flat is right here, and then the bottom of the flat is right there, right? Which is why we need to move it up, because if you look at it through the 3D mode, which is right here, you click on that. I'm going to show you what I want you to see. What we want is, sometimes it will have this line all the way over there, and it will affect that estimating at times. So try to keep it just in the square in that area. Just bring that right here, just so it doesn't impact the estimate too much. And that's it. That's how you do it with Bing, pretty much exactly like how you do it with Google. A lot of people don't know that you can use the Bing measuring tools, but you can. And we're going to go on to the next step in the Xactimating process. I hope you guys enjoyed this. You guys have a wonderful day.